In previous video, I have discussed two problems on loop or mesh analysis. In this video, I'm going to discuss or mesh analysis. We discuss one more problem, some more problems we discuss. Towards that, the third one is use mesh or loop analysis to find Ix in the circuit shown in figure 3.1. So dear students, this is a figure 3.1 where we have two sources. One is voltage source of value 100 volts and another one is current source of value 8 ampere. Okay, and look at this. This is the current Ix which we are supposed to find through 2 ohm resistor. Okay, so let us start the solution. Solution of this 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so what I do, I'm going to name these 4 loops. So this as 1, this as second, this as third, and this is fourth loop. Okay, so 4 meshes are there. Okay, in this first mesh, I'll consider a mesh current as I1. In second mesh, I'll consider mesh current as I2. Whereas in third mesh, so I'll consider a mesh current as, say I want to consider a mesh current in any direction you can consider. So I'll consider a mesh current here. So let us consider in this direction, I3, and here in this direction. So which is nothing but I4, right? Okay, so I1, I2, I3 and I4, right? So now very important thing here is when we get a 4 mesh currents, obviously we'll get 4 equations. And to solve those 4 equations, you know, using determinant method, there are 2 methods to solve equations. One is using determinant method and another one is using a traditional method. Okay, so in either of case, the solution is going to be lengthier, right? So what, but in this case, especially in this case, even though there are 4 loops, 1 loop current we can directly get. Okay, so referring to this particular figure 3.1, okay, so we can see that, say from the network of figure, I'll write like this, from the network of figure 3.1, say what I can write, directly I can write I4. I4 is equal to 8 ampere because this is the current I4 and it's being given as a 8 ampere. Okay, so that means there are 3 unknowns and we should get 3 loop mesh equations or loop equations, and later we'll solve them either using traditional method or a determinant method, right? So now here, if you see, the first and foremost we'll use a KVL to a mesh 1. Okay, say here you can, I'll write here, applying KVL, to loop 1 or say mesh 1. Okay, so we get what we get. Look at the students, minus to plus, if I take a plus, plus to minus, I'll take minus. Minus to plus 100 volts. This is current always flows from high potential to low potential. If I take high potential as high potential, low potential to high potential, if I take positive, obviously high potential to low potential, I'll take negative. Minus of this voltage is, this is 8 I1. Okay, so here once again minus, plus to minus, it is minus 4 I1. But look at the students, I1 is flowing from up to down, whereas I2 is flowing in same branch from down to up. Obviously this is opposite of that, means this is plus 4 I2 is equal to 0, or 100 minus 12 I1 plus 4 I2 is equal to 0. So or else I'll write like this, 12 I1 minus 4 I2 is equal to 100. This I call it as equation 1. 12 I1 minus 4 I2 is equal to 100. Okay, means these two will be taken other side. Say this is equation number 1. Now what I do, I'm going to write this, applying KVL to loop 2, we get, say what we get. So if we apply KVL to loop 2, this is a loop 2. Dear students, I'll tell you a very simple method to directly write the equation. Look at this. You are applying KVL here. This is a loop 2. You are applying the KVL to this loop. Directly you can write this equation in one step. In which direction you are applying? No, that current, if you take positive, let us consider this is, say, current I2. Say I'm going to take, say this is plus, this is minus, because current is flowing in this direction, means first it enters here positive, this is negative. If I take positive to negative, you can take either positive or negative, doesn't make any difference. Say for example, while making the equation for I1, I may take a negative to positive as positive. While making an equation for, say, I2, I may take negative to positive as negative. Okay, so there is no problem. Say only thing is, for that particular equation, you should properly follow the rule. Okay, here let us consider from positive to negative, I'll take a positive. In that case, look at, dear students, this is 4I2, this is 2I2, this is 3I2. Directly I can combine all. Means 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 plus 2 is 9. I can directly write like this, 9I2. And now dear students, one more current will flow here, and that current is, if you see here one current I1 and here one current I2. And look at this, here I2 is flowing from downward to upward, whereas here I1 is flowing from upward to downward. Obviously, the sign of I1 will be negative compared to this loop current. Because of that, what I do, say after writing 4, 9, I2, here I'll write 4I1 minus 4I1 here. And one more current is here. Even say, look at this, I2 and I3 both are in same direction. I2 and I3 both are in same direction. Because of that, here I'll write plus 3I3. This current is I3. Okay, so only in one step you can apply a KVL. Okay, so and this is equal to, because no sources are there, is equal to 0. Okay, so I call this as a equation number 2. Now similarly, applying KVL to loop 3, we get, say, look at, dear students, this is the loop 3. Okay, say here same thing, I'll use a one step equation. Say this is 3 plus 5 is 8 plus 10 is 18. I'll write directly, it is 18I3. Okay, now dear students, if you see here, I4 and I3 both are in opposite direction. Because of that, here minus 10I4 minus 10I4, and here say, because I2 and I3 both are in same direction, this is minus 3I2. So say in this, one more current is minus 3I2. So I'll write here, this is minus, say both, sorry dear students, I3 and I2 both are in same direction. Because of that, it is plus, it's not minus, it is plus 3I2 is equal to, because no other sources are there, is equal to 0. Say call this as a equation number 3. Okay, say 18I3. Say what I do, say this is plus 2I2 minus 4I4 is equal to, say minus 10I4 is equal to 0. Now you have how many equations? Look at this here. If you see, you have I4, and you already know the value of I4, but I4 is equal to, so how much? I4 is 8 ampere. So that's what equation 3 implies. Okay, so it is 18I3 plus 3I2. Okay, so because it is 10 into 8 is 80. If I take that this side, it will be minus 80, is equal to minus 80. Right? So this will be, say for example, equation number 4. Now you have 3 equations and 3 unknowns are there. So all those three equations can be easily solved. Okay, so using a determinant method. I'll write here now solving all three equations for, see dear students, we are supposed to find Ix. Because we should find Ix, I'll find only I2 because I2 and Ix both are same currents. Okay, so I'll solve only for I2. Okay, so now solving all three equations for I2 using determinant method. So how do we solve? So first we'll make a determinant. Say here the first is equation 1. Look at equation 1. This is equation 1. Say it is 12. I1 is 12. I2 is -4. And I3 is not there. Obviously it is 0. And this is unknown values, unknown matrix. And this is solution matrix, result matrix. Okay. So here I1 and this is equal to 100. And equation 2, you can see here equation 2. So equation 2 is -4 I1. Okay, so it is -4 I1, 9 I2 and 3 I3. This is I2 is equal to 0. And lastly, dear students, equation 4 I use. This is I1 is 0, this and this. This is 4 into, it is 12 into 240. So I'll calculate here 12 into 240. Minus into minus is plus 100 into 72 plus and minus 100. So leave this and this, minus into minus. This is minus 72 and minus 0. This is 12 into 240 is 12 into 240 will be this much, and plus of 7200. Minus is plus is 8 3s are 24, 240. Then this is minus 100. Leave this and this. This is minus 4 into 18 is, it is 72. So because of this minus 72, and this 12 into 240 minus 100 into minus 72 is am I have I written equation 2 properly?
Hello,
yeah, right,
sir. Equation 3, sir.
Equation that should be
Pardon?
plus 80.
Equation
Which equation?
should be
Equation
plus
3.
80, sir.
Equation 3 18
Sir,
Plus
equation
80,
plus
sir.
3 I know.
Same.
No, equation
it should be plus 80.
plus 18. Right. But I
Plus
have written
80, sir.
18 only.
Sir, plus 80. Plus 80, sir.
You written minus 80, sir.
80.
Okay.
Sir, equation 4.
Yeah. This is okay. Because of that, we are getting wrong, right? So this is 80, right? This is 80. This is 80, right? So that means here, this is minus. If you see here, 12, no, not here. This is second equation, right? I'll write here, it is 12 into, if you see this is 240. If you see this, minus 242, minus 72. I think I'm right now. Am I?
Yes, you are.
This is minus, how much is this? 12 into 240 is this much, and this is plus into this plus of, have I written properly everything? Okay, right. I think right. So this is
Sir, that's 100, sir.
12 into
Minus
this is 100 only. 12 into, just a minute, 240 is equal to, this is minus 2880, right? Yes, 80. And minus into minus plus, this is 7200. And this is equal to, so how much you get? Say this is 7200 minus 2880. is equal to, it is 4 to how much? 4320. So delta 2. So just here, dear students, just the mistake was here. I think equation 3. Say if we substitute I4 value, I4 is 8. So that is, sorry, 8 into 10 is 80. If this is this side, it is minus 80. But because we have taken this right side, it is plus 80. Okay. So right. So here delta is 4320. Now we'll delta 2. Say we'll find directly I2. I2 is equal to delta 2 divided by delta, which is equal to delta 2 is 4320, and divided by delta is, how much is delta? Delta is, it is, where I have found? Say here, it is 1548. So now let us calculate I2. I2 is equal to, otherwise 0, you can write ampere. This is I2, but what we are supposed to find is Ix. You should write from circuit of figure 3.1. This is the figure 3.1. From this figure, you can observe Ix and I2 both are equal. Means Ix is equal to I2. So here I'll write Ix is equal to I2. Therefore, Ix is equal to 2.7906 ampere. So very simple, dear students. Here, so what we have found already, whatever the currents you can find it directly. Say those currents you should write like this. So because when sometimes more than say 4 loops will be given. In such cases, solving for more than 4 loops will be difficult. That to solving for more than 3 loops will be difficult. Okay. In such case, you might have given some clue, something like this. Means directly some loop currents you can find. So that your say solution will be simple. Okay. So with this, what I do, so I'll proceed further to the next one. So next one is, this is second one. Find the voltage across 20 ohm resistor of the circuit shown in figure 4.1 using loop analysis. Dear student, if you have seen this, we have solved this in a source transformation. This particular circuit we have came across in a source transformation. The same circuit I am considering now, we'll solve the same circuit using mesh analysis, so that we can compare the solution there and here, right? So if you see now, here itself I'll apply a mesh currents. Okay, say this I'll consider a loop 1, this loop 1, this as loop 2, and this as loop 2 of say mesh 3. Okay, say this mesh current I1, and here mesh current I2, and say let us consider here the mesh current I3, right? Very simple as usual. Here we are supposed to find the voltage across 20 ohm resistor. Means voltage across 20 ohm resistor means we should understand that we require only this, means no need to find I1 and I2, directly find I3. If we find I3, obviously say I3 into resistance, we'll get a voltage across this 20 ohm resistor. Because of that, say once we get 3 equations, we'll find I3 and later we multiply that with 20 ohm resistor to get the voltage across this. Okay, so very simple. Let us start applying KVL to loop 1. We get is what we get. So look at this, minus to plus, it is 40 volts. Okay, so then so directly I'll write, look at this, 20 plus 10 plus 10 is 20. This is 20 I1, and the I1 is flowing in this direction, whereas I2 is flowing opposite of that I1. Because of that, this is plus 10 I2, and even I3 is flowing opposite of I1. Because of that, it is plus 10 I3 is equal to 0. Or I'll write like this, minus 2 I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equal to, say this is, if I take here, say this will be minus 4. Okay, call this as equation 1. So now, similarly, applying KVL to loop 2, we get right? Say loop 2 is which? Say this is loop 2. So look at this. Once again, I'll directly write here 5, 10, 20. Means I2 is 20. 20 I2. And I1 is, look at this, I1 and I2 both are in opposite direction. Because of that, it is minus 10 I1. Right? I'm writing directly. And now say this one is because I1 and I2 and I3 once again in opposite direction. I'll write this minus 5 I3 is equal to 0 directly in one step. What I can do, I can say divide all equations, means all terms by 5. In that case, I'll get like this 2I1 plus 4I2 minus I3 is equal to 0. Call this as equation number 2. Right? Similarly, applying KVL to loop 3, we get, say, look at dear students, I am writing this in only one step. Okay, so you try to practice this. This is 10, 20, 35. 35 is what? This is I3. Okay, so plus 35 I3 because this is positive. And look at this, I2 is I3 and I2 both are flowing in opposite direction. Because of that, minus 5 I2 and even I1, I3 both are in opposite direction. Because of that, I'll write say minus 10 I1 is equal to, say no sources are there, is equal to 0. This is equation number, no, say one more step I'll reduce, minus 2 I1 minus I2 plus 7 I3 is equal to 0. Call this as equation number 3. Right? Say we have formed 3 equations. Now we'll solve for I3. Say either you can use determinant method. Say what I do, say because it is very simple, I'll directly solve it. Now solving for I3. Okay, so what I do initially, see I should get I3 means I'll our aim is to eliminate I1 and I2. First what I do, I'll do 1 minus 2, equation 1 minus 2. Equation 1 minus 2 implies, equation 1 is, if you see, minus 2 I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equal to minus 4. Whereas equation 2 is, it is, look at this, it is minus, we should do. So first I'll write like this only, minus 2 I1 plus 4 I2 minus I3 is equal to 0. Because I am doing minus, this is plus, and this is minus. Say here, say what will get cancelled? This is plus actually, it will become plus. Okay, this will get cancelled. And here what you get? So this is minus 3I2 plus 2I3 is equal to minus 4. Okay, so this is minus 3I2 plus 2I3 is equal to minus 4. Let me call this as equation number 4. Okay, now what I do, I should eliminate I2. So look at this. So I'll do first 1 minus 3 initially. It is very simple. 1 minus 3. Equation 1 is this. Minus 2I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equal to minus 4. And 3 is, this is minus 2I1 minus I2 plus 7I3 is equal to 0. Now if you see, I2 will get cancelled. What we should get cancelled here? Somehow say we should cancel I1 itself. Okay, so this is minus means this will become plus, this will become plus, this will become minus. Now this will get cancelled. And this is 2I2 minus 6I3 is equal to minus 4. Call this as equation number 5. Right? So now we have equation 4 and 5, which are in terms of I2 and I3. So now what I do, equation 4, I'll multiply with, to cancel this, equation 4, I'll multiply with 2. And equation, say if I multiply equation 4 with 2, what I get? Equation 4 is minus 6I2 then plus 4I3 is equal to minus 8. And now here I should cancel out this. say 3 will be equation 5 will be multiplied with 3. In that case, this one is 6i2 minus 18i3 is equal to, say this is 3 means minus 12, right? And both I'll add up. So if I add up, these two will get cancelled, and this one is minus 14 I3 is equal to minus 20, right? And how much is I3? I3 is equal to, say, 20 by 14. It is 20 by 14 is equal to, it is 1.428571 ampere is your I3. And say what is required? Say we need to find voltage across 20 ohm resistor. Okay, so to find the voltage across 20 ohm resistor, say what I do, I'm going to say here I'll write now voltage across 20 ohm resistor is given by V20 ohm is equal to 20i3. So if you see this voltage across this is 20i3, current into resistance. Okay, so and this is equal to 20 into 1.428571. So this is equal to, if you multiply, so how much you get? Say here into 20 is equal to, it is for 28.571 volts is V20 ohm. Even you can cross check. We have solved this particular problem using source transformation. Okay, say later you can cross check. Say I think we might have found the answer same there also. So obviously you should get the same. Okay, 28.571. So this is a voltage across 20 ohm resistor. One thing you should understand, dear students, here, whenever some parameters are asked to find, like say in this case the voltage across 20 ohm resistor, don't waste your time in finding I1 and I2 and later I3. Okay, unnecessarily, see, even you will arrive at the solution, but unnecessarily you will be finding I1 and I2 and wasting the time. Directly, instead of that, find I3, so that your time will going to reduce. Okay, so before you solve a solution, think of say the nearest approach, so that you should arrive at the solution as soon as possible. Okay, so without any difficulties, right? So with this, I'll move on to the next question. So next question is using dependent source, we'll solve some questions. Okay, so far we have considered only independent sources. Let me consider a dependent source here. Determine current Ix, this is a current Ix, through 3.3 kilo ohm resistor using loop analysis. Okay, so let us start the solution of this. But what is important here is we have dependent sources. So far we have considered only independent sources in a loop analysis, but in this case we are considering one dependent source, that to a dependent voltage source, and this voltage source depends upon a current. Okay, current through 3.3 kilo ohm resistor. Okay, so what I do, so let me consider 3 mesh currents in these 3 meshes. Okay, I'll directly write the mesh currents here instead of drawing once again. Because current is flowing in this direction, it's better to assume a mesh current in the same direction, so that later we'll get the positive sign for the current. Okay, so this is I1, and here because the current is flowing in this direction, I'll consider here in the same direction, this I'll consider I3. Okay, and so whereas here Ix is left to right, I'll consider the current in same direction, that is I2. See, the why I have considered, because like say Ix, looking at Ix I considered I2, looking at 1 milliampere current source I considered the direction for I1, and looking at 20 milliampere I considered the direction for I3. Choice is yours, even you can consider in any direction, only thing is at the end you will arrive at a different sign, like say positive, if you should get positive, other than positive you may get a negative, something like that. Okay, so anyhow, say let us start it. It is very simple. Two currents have been given directly. If you see, okay, we need not have to apply KVL. I1 you can directly write. Okay, even say you can write like this from circuit of figure 5.1. So what you can write from the circuit of figure 5.1, I1 is equal to 1 milliampere. Directly you found one current. And I3 is equal, right? So only thing is you need to apply KVL for loop 2. Now applying KVL to loop 2, we get is what we get. Let us see. Look at this. This is minus to plus. I'll consider positive. 4ix. The voltage source is 4ix. Okay. So the voltage source, its value is 4ix. Okay. And now, so this is 3.3. Look at dear students. I'll directly write here 10 plus 47 is 57, and this is 3.3 is 60.3. Okay, so for I2, because minus to plus I have considered positive, this is plus to minus, I should consider negative. Minus 60.3 kilo I2 I wrote directly, because I2 and I3 both are in same direction. So I'll write here minus 10 K I3, and because I1 and I2 even both are in same direction, here I'll consider minus 47 K I1 is equal to 0. Hope this is clear to all of you. Very simple, dear students. I have considered minus to plus as plus, that is 4ix, and later plus to minus I have considered all minus. Okay, say 47 plus 10 is 57, plus 3.3K is 60.3, minus, then this is minus 10K, and this is minus 47K with their currents, right? Now, say it is very simple. But here what I do, because I know the Ix here, because 4Ix is there, I know the say value of Ix. But Ix is equal to what? I'll remove that in terms of I2. Ix is equal to I2. If you see from the circuit, Ix is equal to I2. That I substitute here. Okay, if I substitute here, what I get? 4 minus 60.3K, I2 is taken common, is equal to, here this side, 10K I3 plus of 47K I1. I write like this because we should find I2. Our intention is to find I2. And later, say look at this. I2 is equal to, say this, I'll substitute first here. 10K I3 is how much? I3 is 20 milli. Kilo and milli will get cancelled. 10 into 20 is 200. Plus of 47K I1 is 1 milli. K kilo and milli will get cancelled. 47 into 1 is 47. Okay, say, and here say this is I2 is equal to 247 divided by this is 60,003. That means 60,300. This one is 60,300. Minus of 4 is nothing but 60,296 is equal to. But dear students, because this is negative, you will get negative sign here. 247 divided by 60,296 is equal to, it is 4.09 milliampere is your I2. Okay, so here you write as Ix is equal to I2. Therefore, Ix, current Ix is minus 4.096 milliampere. It's a very simple, dear students. So I hope you have understood how to solve. Okay, so simple thing is, whenever a current sources have been given, especially in case of loop analysis, you find you can consider a direction of current sources in any arbitrary direction, but it is better to consider in the same direction of a given current source. Because of that, I1 I considered like this, I3 I considered like this, and because I should find Ix, I considered I2 in direction of Ix. Okay, so and here I1 can be directly written because in this loop, if you see, the current through this loop is I1 and the current through that current is 1 milliampere. Because of that 1 milliampere I have written directly. And if you see this side, the current through this loop is I3 and that current, if you see here, is 20 milliampere. I1 and I3 you got directly. Only thing is you need to apply KVL to I2, means loop 2. Okay, here say minus to plus I have considered positive. 4ix is the value of this voltage source. This is a voltage source whose value is 4ix. Now because minus to plus I have considered positive, now plus to minus I'll consider negative. Okay, this is plus to minus, say this is 3.3k into this is all that's what one step equation I'm writing. This is 47 plus 10 is 57 plus 3.3k is 60.3k. Otherwise you will increase one more step. Even this you can write something like this if at all you want. So this even I had told earlier itself, like say for example, say 47 kilo into say I2. Okay, so you will write like this, minus 47 kilo into I2, then plus 4ix, then minus 3.3k I2, then say here say you will write say minus 10k I2, so then say minus 10k I3, then here say minus 47k I2, then minus 47k I1. If you solve this equal to 0, if you say reduce this, you will get this itself. Okay, so 4ix and 47k, this is 3.3k and this is 10k. Sorry, here this is 10k. So if you add all this, you will get minus 60.3k and minus 10k I3 and minus 47k I1. So directly I have written, and here substitute the value of Ix because Ix is equal to I2. So we got the equation only in terms of I2, I3 and I1. Because I already know I3 and I1, I substituted in this equation and we got I2 is equal to minus 4.096 and that's nothing but Ix. So last one I will solve, later we can stop. So this one, it is very simple once again. And this is peculiar type of numerical dear students. Try to understand how we solve this. Okay, calculate the power being dissipated in 2 ohm resistor for the circuit of figure 6.1. This is a figure 6.1 and using loop analysis, obviously. Okay, dear students, here we have 4 meshes, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so what I do, I'm going to name these meshes. Like say this one is mesh 1, this is mesh 2, this is mesh 3 and this one is mesh 4. Right, so and mesh 1 current I'll consider like this, mesh 2 like this, arbitrary current direction sometimes, and mesh 3 like this, and this is a mesh 4 current. See, once again I told, because I5 means current in this loop is flowing in this direction, in same direction I considered here, even here also in same direction. Okay, you can follow it, otherwise no problem, you will arrive at some other opposite sign. That doesn't make any difference. Okay, so now say the solution, let us start the solution. Right, here what I do, dear students, I'll directly write like this from figure 6.1. what you can do, so you can write here. One more important thing is you are supposed to find a current, voltage power being dissipated in 2 ohm resistor. Here 6 IA is given. That 6 IA is actually this, dear students. This is, it's been given in a numerical only. IA is this. Okay, because this is a dependent source. It's whose value, it's a voltage source whose value is 6 IA and IA is this. Okay, so it's been given in a numerical only. What I do, say from the figure, circuit of figure 6.1, I'll write like this. IA is equal to I1, right? And one more thing, I4 also I can directly write. I4 is equal to 5 ampere. If you see this, I4 is 5 ampere. And even dear students, one more is here. Look at this. I3 is flowing in this direction, whereas I1 is flowing in opposite direction. This current in this branch, both currents are coming. One is in this loop, if you see I1, I3 is ampere such that is I3 minus, because I1 is opposite, I3 minus I1 is equal to 4 ampere, not milli, 4 ampere. This I call it as equation 1. Hope this is clear to all of you. And one more, dear students, what I do, here, if at all I want to apply a KVL, I can apply a KVL to loop 2 very easily. Because see, one thing is we know only one current. I4 is known to us. We don't know I1, we don't know I2, we don't know I3. Means there are 3 unknowns. We should arrive at the 3 equations. So before that, let VA be the voltage across the VA be the voltage across 4 ampere current source. Then applying KVL to loop 2. First, I'll apply KVL to loop 2. Later, we can apply to loop 1 and loop 3. Okay. So this is loop 2. What we get? Minus to plus 60 volts. Okay. And here, this is minus to plus means plus to minus will be negative, minus 2 I2, and I1 is flowing in opposite direction, plus 2 I1, and this plus to minus will be negative, minus 6 IA is equal to 0. But dear student, I know IA is nothing but I1. Okay, because of that, here you can write, but IA is equal to I1. Okay, so from this figure, so circuit, you can tell that IA is nothing but I1. So therefore, what you can write, 60 minus 2 I2, right? Then 60 minus 2 I2, this is plus 2 I1 minus 6 I1 equals 0. Otherwise, so look at this minus and this is plus 6 and 4, 2 is 4, minus 4 I1 minus 2 I2 is equal to, if I take this side, it is minus 60. So, or else you can write this as divided by 2. Okay, so I'll divide, say, both left and right hand side by equation 2. Then what we get is 2 I1. I have written dear student. Okay, minus 4 I1 minus 2 I2 is equal to minus 60. I'm dividing it by minus 2. So we'll get 2 I1 plus I2 is equal to 30. So let me call this as some equation, say now equation number 2. Next equation is equation number 2. Okay. So now what I do, I'm going to apply KVL. Okay. Applying KVL to loop 1. I use loop 1 now. So we get loop 1 is here, dear student. Say this is directly when I write 5 plus 3, 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 I1. Okay. And here I1 and I4 both are in opposite direction, minus 3 I4. And dear students, here minus to plus, because plus to minus I have considered plus, minus to plus will be minus. Okay, this is minus VA. This voltage, I am considering this voltage across this current source is VA. Plus to minus I have taken positive this time. Minus to plus will be negative. Okay, and here say I2 and I1, yes, I2 and I1 both are in opposite direction. Because of that, here it is minus 2 I2 is equal to say 0, right? Or say you can write like this, 10 I1 minus 2 I2 is equal to VA. I4 is how much, dear student? I4 is 5. So I'll substitute that VA plus of 5 into 3 is 15 this side. Okay, here if you write, because I4 is equal to 5 ampere, you can just write it. Okay, so and this I call it as a equation number. Next equation number is say 3, right? And similarly, I'm going to applying KVL to loop 3. This time to loop 3, we get, say look at this one, this is loop 3. Minus to plus, I'll consider positive. So this is 6IA. Plus to minus, minus IA. Now this is here, say plus to minus should be minus 4I3. And this is opposite, because of that plus 4I4 is equal to 0. Or say because IA is equal to I1, 6I1, okay, and minus 4I3 is equal to VA. I'll take this side, VA minus of, is it minus? Yeah, no, yes, it is minus 4I4. Even I4 also we can substitute. Therefore, 6I1 minus 4I3 is equal to VA minus 20. Call this as equation number 4. Now, dear student, our intention should be to cancel this voltage source VA from equation that we have got from this particular mesh and this mesh. Okay, in a loop mesh equation of this and this, we should cancel out VA. Okay, so if you see equation 3 and equation 4, we have VA. Because of that, and both are positive, because of that, to cancel out, I'll do like this. 3 minus 4 I do. Equation 3 minus 4 implies. Okay, what is equation 3? It is 10I1 minus 2I2 is equal to VA plus 15 is equation 3. And equation 4 is, this is, look at this. I'll write directly. 6I1 minus 4I3 is equal to, it is VA minus 20. So this should be minus, this should be plus. And here, how much you get? 4I1, right? And this one is minus 2I2 plus 4I3 is equal to, say VA will get cancelled, dear students. And this one is, this is 15, is, it is 35, is equal to 35. I call this as a equation number 5. Say what I did, we arrived at equation 3 and 4 with VA, and next step is to remove that VA. Say somehow we had the same VA here and VA here directly. Because of that, we subtracted 3 minus 4. Say VA got cancelled, and now you can see, dear student, this particular equation 5 is only in terms of I1, I2, I3. Already I have equation 2, which is in terms of I1 and I2. Okay, and one more equation is equation 1, which is in terms of I1 and I3. We have 3 equations and 3 unknowns, right? So obviously we can easily solve now. And remember, dear students, our intention should be to look at this power being dissipated in 2 ohm resistor. Nothing but this is a resistor. If we find I1, it's more than enough for us. The question is to find I1. Okay, so for that purpose, what I do, I'm going to say take equation 2 now. Say what equation 2 implies. Equation 2 implies, if you see equation 2, it is in terms of I1 and I2. Here you can see equation 2 is 2I1 plus I2 is equal to I3. Means from this equation, I can write I2 is equal to 2I1 plus I2 is equal to 30. From this equation, I can write I2 is equal to, say now multiply 95. Okay. Let me call the equation, that is equation 6. Now, as I told, dear students, I have equation 6 and one more is I3 minus I1 is equal to 4 ampere. Okay, I should arrive at I1. Because of that, so our intention should be to cancel out I3. Because here 4I3 is there, I'll multiply equation 1 by 4. Okay, I'll do this. 4 into equation 1 minus of equation 6 implies. Okay, say this is equation, say 1 is say plus 4I3 is equal to 4 is there, that will become 16. This is from equation 1. And equation 6 you have 8I1 plus 4I3 is equal to 95. Now if you subtract, this is minus, this is minus, this is minus, this will get cancelled. What you get, a minus 12I1 is equal to 95 minus 16 is it is minus 79, right? So now I1 is equal to 79 divided by 12. So it is 79 divided by 12 is equal to, yes, it is 6.5833 ampere is your I1. Okay. So, but dear students, look at this. To find the power dissipated in 2 ohm resistor, we should find I1 and I2 both, not just I1 and I2, because current through this 2 ohm resistor is, if you see, it is I1, say I2 minus I1. Current through this is I2 minus I1. Two currents are there. So already I have found I1. I2 can be easily found. So using this equation, okay, equation 2 only. Say 2 implies I2 is equal to 30 minus 2I1. If you substitute 30 minus 2 into, say it is 6.5833. So how much you get? This is equal to, say here into 2 equals this. 30 minus answer is, it is 16.833. Yes, it is 16.833 ampere is I2. Now here I'll write, I'll write here. Now power dissipated in 2 ohm resistor is, it's given by P2 ohm voltage square divided by resistor or current square into resistor. The current through this 2 ohm resistor is I2 minus I1 square into R. R is 2 ohm, right? So now, so this is equal to I2 is 16.833 ampere. Okay, square it into 2. Okay, so this is equal to, so already have, say I2 here minus I1 is, it is 6.5833 is equal to this, square it into 2, so it is 210. Okay, it is 210.125 watts is power dissipated in 2 ohm resistor. Okay, so I hope this is clear to all of you, dear students. Okay, so here we had 4 meshes, but one mesh current was directly given because this I4 is equal to 5 ampere. Because of that, say we required only 3 equations, but one of the important thing is here there was a current source in a one branch. Dear students, if there is a current source in a branch, to apply we cannot apply KVL for that current source. That's the reason I considered a voltage source here, means not voltage source, I considered some voltage VA across this 4 ampere current source. Even we don't know what is that VA right now. Even if at all you want, you can solve for VA. Later you will arrive at that. Okay, but that is not required for us. Okay, so because in both the equations we'll get VA, and that VA, say we cancelled out, and later solving for I1 and I2, because the power we should find a power dissipated in 2 ohm resistor, and current through 2 ohm resistor is I2 minus I1. Because of that, we solved for I1 and I2, Later we found power is equal to, say we got power is 210.125 watts. So hope this is clear to all of you. Thank you. Thank you for watching.